Hi everyone, it's Paula and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my favourites of the month and my misses of the month. I have quite a lot of things I've been loving this month. I've been buying a lot and I just thought I'd share them with you. So let's go straight right into my favourites from this month. So my first product is the Chanel CC Cream. I've been absolutely loving this. So if you read my blog, you will see I've been trying some Chanel bits and I just decided to try it Chanel because I never tried it before. And I just really wanted to test out some things, and obviously I really love them, so I decided to delve into this. And the reason I wanted to try CC cream was because I'd heard really good things about it, but also because I don't always like wearing a foundation in summer, so I thought this would be a good alternative. I normally used to wear the Dr. Dennis Gross Instant Radiance, which I think was SPF 45, and it was a great cover. It was a really good SPF and also very good in skincare, but I started just to go off it a little bit. I feel like with some skincare underneath it, it started to kind of bobble, I guess, like build up, I don't know the right word, and it just didn't really sit that well. If I wore it under makeup, it didn't sit great either, and I just wanted to try something new. Why I like this is it has great coverage. It nearly has as much coverage as some foundations. So I love a Luminous foundation, and for Luminous foundations you don't really get that full coverage. It's always light to medium, and for this I feel like I'm getting more coverage than some of the foundations I own, which is amazing. The colour of it is really good for me. So I have 30 Beige, which it's kind of like the third shade along. There's only 5 shades, which is not good at all. I don't really know how it works with CC cream, but I'm guessing that is really not good. I think the darker end of the spectrum is really missing. But for me, I'm 30, so if I'm 3 out of 5, you can imagine that the colours don't go that dark. I wear tan, so I quite like to be a little bit darker. But the colour for me is good. It has SPF 50, which is fabulous. So I can just wear this without an extra SPF. It has vitamin C, very high vitamin C. It doesn't actually say the exact percentage, but it comes from the moringa plum tree, which is one of the highest forms of vitamin C you can get from a plant. So fingers crossed it's pretty good. And it also has hyaluronic acid in it as well. So you're getting the skincare benefits. The only thing about it is very pricey. It's £48 for 30 mils. So a little goes a long way with this. I mean, compared to my Dr. Dennis Gross, it was 50 mils and it was around the £40 mark. I think it's actually gone up in price. I'm pretty sure it was 38, and when I last checked it's 44, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it didn't go up in price, I don't know. But this is very pricey even compared to what I used to use before, because obviously you're getting 20 mils less. But I have been loving using it and I will continue to use it throughout the summer. It also looks amazing when you use the Chanel foundation on top of it in the evening for like that super flawless finish. I would wear this on holiday in the evening on its own completely. The coverage is really, really good. And also I feel like it's kind of suited to most skin types. Like I have dehydrated skin, so the foundations I tend to recommend are for dehydrated skin. But I feel like this would work for anyone. It's not too luminous. It's not too mattifying. It's kind of somewhere in the middle, and it has just a really, really good finish. If the CC cream sounds interesting to you, but it's out of your price range, I have a dupe for you. So this is the No. 7 Hydro Luminous Foundation, moisturizing foundation, and it has a medium coverage, and it's suitable for sensitive skin, and it's SPF 15. So it has an SPF in there. It's only 15, so it's not the 50 like the Chanel, but I mean, you can always just apply a little bit extra underneath before you put that on. It's very, very similar kind of coverage. I just feel like it's quite a similar-ish product. Even though it's a foundation, I feel like it gives quite a similar finish and coverage. And it also has vitamins A, C, and E. So you've got that vitamin C again. I don't know how much the percentage is, but you're getting the A, C, and E, and you've also got grapeseed oil to moisturize. So instead of the hyaluronic acid, you have grapeseed oil. So it's a little different, but the idea of it around it is the same, and obviously it's a much cheaper price point. So if you can't afford this, I definitely say give this a try, and they have a lot more shades than Chanel have as well. Personally, I do prefer the Chanel just because I feel the colour match for me is better. I think the coverage is slightly more, and I like the benefits of the hyaluronic acid, and obviously as well it's SPF 50, so I don't need to bother with an extra SPF. But honestly, try this and see how you get on with it. We're still in like kind of foundation chat. I've been trying this foundation. So if you watched my Boots haul on my IGTV, you would have seen that I picked this up, and this is the Forever Skin Glow from DURO, and it is so nice. I have it on now if you want to see what it looks like. It is just a gorgeous, gorgeous foundation. If you have dehydrated skin or more normal skin, you will love this foundation. It has, I would say, a medium coverage. You could maybe make it full if you build it up, but I would say it's definitely medium. Obviously light if you just don't put too much on. It just has such a gorgeous finish. It doesn't settle in any lines. It doesn't sink into pores. It's absolutely beautiful. And I used to use the DURO Forever a long time ago, but I kind of went off it because it became too matte. But they have reformulated it. But I didn't even know that they'd done that, and I didn't even know that they had this version until recently, and I couldn't wait to try it, and I loved it. So I have the colour 2.5N. So in my Boots haul, I actually had the colour 1.5N, which N stands for neutral undertone, because that's the colour I was shade matched at in Boots. And I'm not going to diss Boots or the girl in Boots for matching me that shade, because to give it to her, I was on a day when my tan had was coming off before I was going to do it again. So I was pale, and I am fair, and that is my true colour probably, because I can wear the 1.5 when I'm not tanned and it's completely fine. But for me, it just felt a little bit too light, because I do wear fake tan, so I wanted something a little darker, and I'm really happy with this shade. I took a bit of a punt on it because I knew it was either going to be like 2 or 2.5, a couple of shades up from 1.5. So when I actually looked on DURO themselves, my old Forever foundation was 20, and that in their new colour system was the equivalent to 2. And I always did feel that was a little light. So I decided to go 2.5, a 0.5 shade up a little bit. So yeah, I was kind of annoyed I did get kind of shade matched wrong in a sense, but I guess it wasn't wrong because I was quite pale that day. But I did say to the girl that, do you think I should go one up? And she was like adamant that I shouldn't, and she didn't even show me it. And I think on the day I knew I wanted to see the next shade up, but I left with that. Luckily I did buy that on a voucher, so with this one I did purchase this myself, but I was super, super happy with the foundation, and I couldn't wait to get it, and I have the perfect shade now. But I have the 2 shades, and I can have a tan day or a non-tan day. It's complicated. But anyway, back to the foundation. It has SPF 35, which is really, really good for a foundation, and it says it's 24-hour wearing. I have not worn it for 24 hours, so I couldn't tell you that, but it has lasted me throughout the day. With a bit of powder, it sits really well, and concealer, and I just really, really like it. I think if you're looking for a kind of luminous foundation and you've not found one that's that good for you, I definitely recommend trying this. If you like the Chanel foundation, which I do, I would say this is much better. It's much better coverage. I really like the Chanel one, but I don't think the coverage is enough. So I think this is so, so good. Next favourite is this palette from Too Faced eye palette. It's called the Natural Lust palette. I have it on now, if you were wondering what eyeshadow I was wearing, and it's just absolutely stunning. All of these colours I would wear, they're absolutely beautiful. But at the moment I have on some of the light shades, and then this in the crease, and then this is a sort of topper. On here it's like a light glitter. I use this every day, it's so awesome. And some people look at this and think, wow, boring, it's all neutrals. But to me, this is so good. I absolutely live for it. And the blue is gorgeous. It's maybe actually not as vibrant as I thought it would be. Some I haven't even used yet, like the pinks, there's so many colours. Obviously it has a mirror. I haven't bought anything from Too Faced in a very, very long time. And the reason for that is I just don't feel like it's the brand for me. I feel like it's very, very gimmicky. And I don't know, I just didn't really like it. It's not that I didn't like it, there's just not been a product that's enticed me until I saw this. And even this is called Natural Lust, and even though it's beautiful, the shade names, which I didn't actually realise, it's like Peep Show, Peacocking, Blindfolded, okay, they're actually not that bad, Sex Drive, Come and Get It, Pinned Down. Like, is there really a need for that? It's an eyeshadow palette. I don't know, I know they've got like the Better Than Sex mascara, and that's just their branding, but that just puts me off. I don't like it. But this palette, I couldn't resist it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I actually got it at ASOS when they had, I think it was like 20% off. so I got a little bit of discount, and yeah, it's definitely one of my absolute favourite purchases recently. And next I've been loving this, the Glam Glow Berry Glow Mask, and it absolutely looks like yogurt. I don't know if you can see that, I don't want to spoil it, but it smells like berries, it looks like yogurt, but it's an amazing mask. So you put it on, I think it's like 10 minutes it says, and then you tissue off any excess. I actually rinsed off the excess just because there was little bits of like berry, with like a little kiss like seeds, and I just wanted to rinse them off. But it is very, very moisturising. It made my skin feel really comfortable, really nice. It's a probiotic recovery mask, so very on trend with the probiotics this year. And yeah, I just really enjoyed using it. A mascara I really enjoyed using this month is the Topshop mascara, and I don't know what it's actually called because it's kind of rubbed off. Intense something, so we'll link that below in the description box. So anything I have mentioned in this video will be in the description box. Just click show more and it links to it. So Topshop makeup relaunched a little while ago. I got sent some bits and I hadn't really tried them, and then I tried this mascara and it is so good. It has a really thin brush. I find it just really stays on. It doesn't come off underneath my eyes. It really separates. I have it on today. I just think it's a really great mascara basically. For my hair, I've been feeling my hair has been feeling quite thin. So I wanted to try something a bit thickening. And I tried this Kevin Murphy Full Again Thickening Lotion. And let's see what's in it. It's got like oils in it. And it's really good. Like just use a teeniest amount when your hair is damp, and then blow dry it or whatever you do with it, and it just really feel like I do have slightly thicker hair. It makes it feel really good. I've been using this alongside their plumping wash shampoo and conditioner, and also the purple ones, and it's so good. I've kind of been chopping and changing between this and the Olaplex sticks, but I am feeling that this is slightly better than the Olaplex sticks. So if you had watched my review of that and you weren't sure, but you want something that basically will make your hair feel quite soft and thickened after blow drying your hair, then I'd recommend this. Last of my favourites, you may have seen this on my Instagram. This is Estee Lauder's limited edition collection with DURO OLOWU. I think that's how you say it. She's a fashion designer. So as you can tell, the packaging is so fun and beautiful. There's 2 eyeshadow palettes in the collection as well. There's a day and a night, and there's also 2 eyeliners, a day and a night. So as you can imagine, there's a day and a night lipstick. So this is the day lipstick. This is called Rebellious Rose. I wanted to show you these because you just like love the packaging. I'll swatch that so you can see the colour. And then this is the night. So this one is, look at this packaging, a nice red, and it's called Carnal. That is the 2 shades there. So you've got the Carnal, which is the night one on top, and then the day one, which is Rebellious Rose. They're beautiful. They're very creamy. They just feel so comfortable on the lips, and I just love the packaging. I think it's so beautiful. This is currently exclusive to Harvey Nichols. They actually sent me over the whole collection, which was very kind of them. But yeah, I will link that in the description box below. Okay, now on to the misses, and I just have a couple because I feel I've been like rambling on about my favourites for so long. But I wanted to share these because I was really disappointed with them, and yeah, so I'm going to show you. I did an order from Iconic London, and I never really tried their products before, but I saw this. So this is their new Brow Silk, and I'm not holding a toothbrush. I will show you what this is. Oh, if I could open it. Goodness. Okay, so this is it. It's basically like, you know, you get like shampoo, soap for your brows. Like people do soap brows, and like drag queens do soap brows. So it's kind of that idea. It's not soap, but it's a sort of design like wax, I guess, like a brow groomer idea, and it comes with a little mirror. So you can either buy it on its own, or you can buy it with the toothbrushes, we'll call it. And so I got the brush with it because I don't know really what else I would use to use it with, and obviously I feel like if it's going to work, it's going to work with the right little tool. On the back, use wet or dry brush brow groomer into the formula and apply directly to brows and style. So I just like rub it in and then I put it in. So I don't have particularly bushy brows, and this is to kind of give that really like brushed up look that you are seeing just now in all the beauty looks, and it looks really beautiful. That's not me, and I don't really have brows like that. If you wanted it for that, it would work well, but there's a but. So basically, I just wanted it to kind of brush them up and make them look more realistic, which it did, to be honest. It does do that, but I have other products that can do that too. I wanted them to be a bit more 3D. It did a little bit, But this is where the but come in. It doesn't keep them in place. And I think it would work really well if you had bushy brows, but at the same time, if you have bushy brows, you want them to stay in place. And I can even get my little thin brows to stay in place with this. I feel like just one movement and they would just literally go out of place, or at the end of the day they would look like they were falling down, like dripping down. And I can use brow gel and get an effect where they stay up. And yeah, I just didn't think it would really work that well for me. Maybe if you do have thicker brows it would work well, but I was just really disappointed in it. Also, when I picked that up, I decided to try out their other eyebrow product, which is this. You may have seen this before. It's called the Sculpt and Boost Eyebrow Cushion, and I'd seen people talk about this a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, a little while ago, and I saw really good reviews of it on YouTube, so I decided to watch a few more, and everyone was raving about it. So I was like, okay, these videos weren't marked as sponsored, so I don't know if they were, because I feel like people really went a bit over the top about this, and they were all at the same time. So whether people got sent this at the same time and it wasn't an ad or not, I don't know. But I just felt like this product doesn't really work that well. So this is the shade Cool Fair, which actually only seems to be on their website. On like Cult Beauty and things, they only have 3 shades. They have like a cool warm, or like a fair one, which looks too warm for me. Then they have medium, which was too dark, and dark, which was obviously too dark. So this was kind of the perfect looking one. But what I'm going to show you about it is, you can see there's 2 shades there. This shade on this side, I can't work if that's left or right for you guys, is probably my shade. And the lighter shade I would just never use. So the idea probably is to use sort of lighter bit there and darker, but this shade just doesn't work for me. And then if I was to buy the next shade up, which is medium, again, there would only be 1 shade in it that I would use. So I'm basically getting half the product, which already annoys me. So I think it's not a bad product. It does work quite well, like the brush works quite well. So you get a little brush inside. So one side is a spoolie, which is actually quite good, and then that brush is actually quite decent, to be honest. So it works well with that. You dip it in it and you just do slight strokes, and it does create quite a nice look. I don't think the colour is perfect for me. And I obviously wouldn't use that one, so I guess it's an expensive product to only use half of it. I'd love if they brought it out and just used single shades. I think that'd be so much better. But the problem I have with it is that it doesn't stay on. And I've seen all these reviews that like, oh my god, you can wipe it like this, and oh my god, it will stay on. It doesn't stay on. By the end of the day, it hasn't completely stayed on. If I was to swipe it, it wouldn't stay on. And I don't know if that's because I was maybe using it in conjunction with the Brow Silk, but I'm definitely going to try it out a little bit more because I did like the idea of it, but I wouldn't repurchase it just because of this half and half thing. And I have other eyebrow products that are better and not as expensive as this. A bit of a rant really, wasn't it? But it wasn't all bad. I actually did order some really good bits from Iconic. So this was the kind of face body brush, which kind of looks like a shaving brush, but it's so good for doing like body shimmer and stuff. So I really like that. And because as well I spent £30, they had an offer on where you got a free highlighter palette, and it's actually really good. So there was some good things to come out of that. But I will say something, I thought I had a little bit of a Jaclyn Hill in my hands, because when I opened the Brow Silk, there was a big long hair coming out of my box, dark hair, which was not the nicest. So I never ordered from them before and that happened, so I was a bit put off by that. I got one other disappointment from this month, and this was the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I've been trying to get to grip with this for a month or 2 months or so. I think I just really gave it a good shot, and I just do not get this product at all. So it's a gel primer. I thought it was going to be super hydrating by the name. When I put it on, you kind of, if you leave it a couple of seconds, it then gets really sticky. So you think, great, my makeup's going to really stick to that. But any sort of foundation I've tried with it, just don't really think it works. It doesn't not stay on. My foundation like hasn't sliding on my face or anything, but just hasn't felt like it worked with primers. I feel like this is a hydrating primer, but it would work better with a matte foundation. So it keeps your skin hydrated but works better for matte foundation. That's just my personal opinion and what I think. But any of my kind of luminous foundations, hydrating foundations that I use, I don't think work well with it. So for that, it's a bit of a disappointment. I would love to hear what your favourite products are from this month, because I cannot stop buying beauty products apparently. I do get sent quite a few things, but I just can't stop buying them either. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. Stay tuned for a brand new video very soon. Bye!